Eastman ward. We wanted to take the opportunity to just thank you for all that you have done on the screen to inspire so many people. I always say that there's somebody that watched Hidden Figures or watched you portray Madam C.J. Walker that were inspired by watching those things on the screen. You never know the impact that you can have on someone just by them seeing you, and you have provided that impact. But I wanted to present you with, give the awards. You have so many awards, but we wanted to let you know how much Rochester appreciates you. So we have a very special proclamation. I'm not going to read it in its entirety, but I'll read the last whereas, and it says, whereas Octavia Spencer's career serves as a powerful reminder that excellence is achieved through perseverance, integrity, and willingness to break barriers, making her an inspiration to artists, leaders, and dreamers everywhere. She continues to use her unique talents to enrich cinema, television, and literature, for which the city of Rochester and audiences everywhere are grateful. Now, therefore, I, Malik Evans, Mayor of the City of Rochester, New York, do hereby proclaim Friday, July 17th, 2026, to be Octavia Spencer Day.
Well, hello, Rochester.
My kid said, "Did we get the day off?" That's what Octavia said.
Right here.
Thank you so much. Wow, guys. Wow.
Thank you so much, Mayor. And I don't know if you'd like to say any words, Octavia. I don't need to put pressure on you, or should we just go immediately to questions?
I just want to say a massive thank you, and it'll be brief. It'll be brief. I won't speak too long. I'm overwhelmed. I wasn't expecting this. Sorry. I'd rather talk to you and recover, but I'm extremely honored. I was already honored, but now having my own day with Rochester, I mean, how does one follow that? So, thank you. And how do we begin?
We can open it up for questions, and I'll come around with the mic.
Hello, Octavia. Welcome to Rochester.
Thank you.
I'm Marcia Greenwood. I work for the Democrat Chronicle, which is the local daily newspaper. I know you've said it took you 15 years to become an overnight success. And you hear actors say things like, I was going to give myself 5 years, I was going to give myself 10 years, I was going to give myself this length of time to land that breakthrough role and get where I wanted to be. As you were working steadily over that 15-year period in smaller roles and walk-on roles, what were you telling yourself? Did you ever have thoughts of maybe that big break isn't coming, and how did you deal with that?
It's funny, and as from this perspective that I now have, there was never a thought of quitting, because the moment that someone paid me to do what I love to do, I became a professional. Now, was I a great professional? No. But I did learn. I studied acting for the better part of 3 or 4 years, and did theater. But it just never occurred to me, because I at some point I knew that I would become a producer. My first inclination was to produce. I didn't know any way to do that. So in order to do that, I had to, learn the craft of acting, learn the other jobs, and in that, make connections with people. And then that afforded me the opportunity to create with other people projects. So, and then there is this the thought of my dream of being in the film industry, but my mother's dream was for me to either be a doctor or a lawyer, and I'm a complete hypochondriac, germaphobe, so being a doctor was not in the cards. But I have such an affinity for the law, the rule of law, the written letter of the law. And so that was really, not out of the cards. But my mother passed away when I was 17, and in that very delicate moment, a film came to town, and Whoopi Goldberg starred in it, and she, heard my story and took me under her wings. And so, if I ever thought about quitting, I would have, in my mind, diminished my mother's memory because I didn't become a lawyer. And then if I quit before I actually truly became an actor, then there was no middle ground. So now, woo, I don't know. I guess it's better not to walk so far ahead of the cart that you lose track of things. So I don't know if you, literally, as I look back, I don't know how we did it, but I'm grateful to be here. Sorry, that was a meandering.
What about you?
Yes,
Welcome to Rochester,
thank you.
and having your own day, that must be big. But also, this award, 70 years of different folks from Hollywood have come here to receive Gregory Peck, Meryl Streep. What maybe are your thoughts of having your name mentioned in the same breath as those big stars?
I'm still grappling with that. I also learned early on not to fall into the trap of comparison, because there will never be a time that one actually measures up to anyone. So I am still trying to rationalize that. What I am finding is how much I had in common with George Eastman. I don't have a massive fortune. There's that. And I'm not a scientist, but his philanthropy and his contributions to the arts, contribution to film, my career and so many others would not be possible were it not for his advances and innovation. So I'm rethinking this. My brain was, on a different path when I first heard that I would be receiving this honor, and now being here, I'll just tell you to stay tuned. I hope we can tune.
Hi, Ms. Spencer. Happy Octavia Spencer Day.
Let me say that again.
Happy Octavia Spencer Day. We talk about hidden figures to help. I remember first seeing you as Dr. Evelini on Wizards of Waverly Place. Some of your most memorable performances balance humor, pain, and strength within the same character. How do you balance all those qualities while not overwhelming one over the other?
Well, that's how we draw a complete picture, right? Because all of us have those traits. We have to be strong in some moments, vulnerable in others, brave even when we don't want to be. And even if a character only has one scene, you can't go into that scene not creating a foundation of memories and inner world. Otherwise, you will always see artifice. And I always say, if I don't create a character's background, then I'm walking around or walking into a character that has amnesia, has no foundation. So that's where I always begin. Who is this person? What type of music do they listen to? What type of And that has nothing ever to do with what's on the page, but when I know that, then I can start dealing with their problems and their mechanisms, the things that make them tick. So, that's what I would say, that's how I start. Thank you.
Hello, I'm Darian Ward. I'm a TV and film producer, and we're so stoked that you're here in Rochester. So, what a wonderful ride you have been on. Thank you so much for taking us with you. I have my ride or die with me, my sister Karen. So, our question is, we believe in miracles too. What would it take for you to shoot a project in Rochester, New York, with its wide-ranging locations, up to 40% in upstate New York?
You haven't hit 40%.
Okay, and a professional crew that can be assembled based on the project.
So, can I just be really honest? Right now, we are trying to lock down Death of a Salesman. And Death of a Salesman should really be filmed here. It should really be filmed here. And they're crunching numbers. And Tony Kushner wants it filmed here. I want it filmed here. Christy Mukosko-Krieger wants it filmed here. So I want you to know it's not out of, but the numbers. There's a hope and a possibility, let's just say that. I believe in miracles. I'm a walking miracle. So thank you for asking that question that you didn't even realize was so fortuitous.
I'm Spencer. I'm Michaela Singleton from WXXI Public. So my question is kind of a two-parter here. As we've just heard, and as we all know, you have played many a historical figure. What does it mean to you to be able to bring forth the stories of like these powerful Black women who may not have been known? I mean, I will be the first to admit that I didn't know who Dorothy Vaughan was before I saw Hidden Figures. And to play Madam C.J. Walker, to bring these very powerful Black stories to the forefront, to remind us, history is still here, and Black women are part of that history. And then the second part of that question is, how does it feel for you now to essentially become a historical figure yourself? There are going to be people for generations from now who are inspired by you.
Well, one would hope, right? No, all joking aside. And I think this is why I jotted down some language early on when I realized I was going to be receiving this honor. And as I read through the words, they just felt hollow because so much has changed in 8 weeks. So much continues to change in this country. As a Black woman, a Black artist, thank God for institutions like this who wouldn't dare dream of erasing contributions of anyone. But our historical contributions to this country from every other institution, they're being erased. So the profundity is not lost on me. And while I am a person, I approach things with a lot of levity, especially when there's so much gravitas and weight. I do that because I've always been told a spoonful of sugar will help the medicine go down. So the medicine for me is telling stories. As a Black woman, that's who I am. And sometimes, like the character that I play in Ride or Die, that character has nothing to do with my race, my age and gender, yes, but it has nothing to do with being a Black woman. The majority of the characters that you know about had everything to do with her race. You know, Dorothy, Madam CJ, because these are women of their time. And right now, I'm trying to mitigate being a woman of this time. All of the emotions that I'm feeling right now are what I used to feel when I would prepare characters from a different era. And sadly, I am starting to understand exactly what the pioneering Black women who came before me experienced. So being able to tell just a fraction of their stories it's what I'm charged to do, and I'm grateful that I get to do it, and I'm grateful that I get to be here with you all today. Thank you for your question.
I am Tina McIntyre Yee with the DNC. Just to go along with that, there has been, a few years ago, it was like, hey, we're doing something wrong in this country. Let's equalize the playing field. Let's elevate people of color, women. So that kind of happened, and now there's sort of a backlash. How do you stay relevant as a woman, as an aging woman, and you're not doing what some Hollywood people do? I mean, you look normal. You don't have that weird facelift thing going on.
Let me just tell you, I did try with injections, and I look ridiculous, so I decided to leave that one.
You know what, it's really important for people. I mean, you don't see in Hollywood women aging. It's like after 40, they have to go away now. So how, as a Black woman, as an older woman, how do you keep being relevant?
Well, I will start first with being a woman. I will always try to tie it all back to George Eastman. Learning now how devoted he was to his mother. I was devoted to my mom. We have so many things in common. I think we have to start there, the reverence with women. And I think we also have to see ourselves, Black women, white, Latino, Asian, across all spectrums as a sisterhood. And when we realize the power in that sisterhood, well, we become unstoppable. So in this moment of aging, my hips are hurting right now as I sit here. In this moment of aging though, I'm accepting every bit of what my life has led me to, and in this moment, I'm celebrating the age. I'm celebrating the heartache, and I'm also celebrating the failures, because it means that I tried and failed at something, and I got better at it. And that's what I would, I don't know that it's making me or allowing me to stay relevant, but it's certainly making me happy. And the other thing that I would say is, we can't do it without men. We can't do it without the help of our fathers, our brothers, our husbands. So there's a lot that has to change. And change only begins with your own personal accountability. And if art can imitate life and influence life, then I'm excited about continuing to tell stories that bring us together, that celebrate what it is to be a Black woman, that celebrate what it is to be a woman in this time. I hope I answered your question.
This will be our last question for today.
Hi, I'm Kelsey Grimes from News 10. Oh my gosh, I hear my voice. So, we kind of talked about being a Black woman in this field and kind of current times and growing up. As a Black woman myself, I feel like a lot of us looked at TV and said, I want to see someone who looks like me. And I just wanted to know what your thoughts are on, maybe being that person for somebody and being like, I can do what she does because look, she's in Hollywood. So I guess more so, can you give any kind of words to a young Black girl who might, want to be in your shoes?
Yes, I'm going to be my mother in this moment. When I said that I wanted to work in the film industry, there was a, times have changed so much. And while I would not ever dream of discouraging anyone to pursue their passions, you have to be passionate about it. You have to be, grow a thick skin and know that you're going to get more no's in this profession than you will ever receive in, I think, any other, maybe scientists, you know, trying to raise money, bring them back to Georgia. But if you can persevere and understand the landscape, I would say to every little black girl out there, I am not what Hollywood deems beautiful. I think I'm cute like for myself. I am a regular woman. I don't take myself seriously, but I certainly take the job seriously. I love art. I love books. I love plays. I love reading and interpreting and being a vessel for writers and interpreting their work and using my interpretation to allow people a moment of escapism from whatever it is that they do in their lives. So I would say to every black child, every black girl, and then to all children, that no matter what anyone says to you, as long as you stay truthful to who you are and completely grounded, it will be difficult. And if you understand that there is no path worth having that's easy to achieve, then I think you'll be okay. But I'm gonna warn you. Consider this the flashing red light, or yellow light. I don't know, is it red to stop or yellow to slow down? I'm not a great driver, guys, so I don't even know, but I'm giving the caution, and also the excitement. I'm waving the flag to say go.
One final.
Oh,
Look at you.
I got something. Oh!
This will go in the museum's history. You will be with all the greats who have been here.
Oh my.
Whatever you'd like to say to the museum or the public that'll be seeing this photo for many, many, many years.
Wow. Thank you for seeing this. Sometimes we just need to be seen.